Just play the damn thing.
So check it out. NUX sent me a bunch of pedals out of their new pedal line called the, what are they calling this thing? The Mini Core Series. You know, and they are, as the name implies, they're miniature sized pedals. You know, all these pedals are cool because they're, you know, essentially clones of multiple pedals all in one, at least in a lot of cases. There's a few exceptions. So the first one here, this is the Voodoo Vibe. This is basically a clone of the Dunlop Univibe pedal. This one here is called the Edge Delay. Now you can tell by the graphic on that, this one actually is not a clone of a pedal or multiple pedals. This is more of, this is inspired by all the different delay types used by the U2's famous guitar player known as the Edge, who is very, very well known for using delays of all different, you know, delays on top of delays. You know, Edge loves delays, so they basically came out with a pedal, as a tribute to the Edge. The next one, on the other hand, this one is really cool. This is, what do they name this one? The Mini Super Chorus is what they call this one. Now, you might be able to tell by the graphic and the color scheme. This one is a clone of the now famous TC Electronic SCF Plus that was popular back in the 80s and, you know, still popular today. You know, matter of fact, TC Electronic just reissued it. I think now they're calling it the SCF Gold, I believe. But this is a tribute to the original version called the SCF Plus, and it's a stereo chorus and a flanger and a pitch shifter, I believe, all in the same pedal. Next up, we have what they're calling the Yukio Chorus, and they got a lot of choruses here. Okay, now this one actually combines three different chorus pedals in one. The ST chorus mode is based off of the MXR stereo chorus. The SCH1, that is the old school Arion SCH1 chorus from the 80s, I believe, and the last one is the CE1, which of course is the famous Boss CE1 chorus pedal, first chorus pedal to ever hit the market. So 3 famous chorus pedals in one here. And last but not least, we have one called the Pulse. This is an IR loader, is what this is. The IR loader here, this one's got a lot of stuff on it. You know, it doesn't look like much. You know, 4 little knobs and, you know, a switch, and, you know, that's it. You know, so it doesn't look like much, but it's got a ton of stuff on it. It's got electric guitar, it's got, you know, it has a bass guitar mode, and even has an acoustic guitar mode. And also, you know, just so that you guys can see what all comes in the box, with all of them, you get an owner's manual, you know, and it's just really it's a couple of pages, you know, mostly, you know, has a diagram, tells you what all the different modes do, and it has a diagram of, you know, what all the controls are, and the rest of it is in for a different language, English and, you know, I assume Mandarin, Asian of some kind. Comes with a warranty card, and then it also comes with 2 options. You know, you can put the rubber pads on the bottom of it, or you can put the Velcro strips on the bottom of it. And as you can see there on the bottom of each pedal, there is 2 slots, top and bottom, for you to install either or, should you choose to do so. And that's everything that comes in the box. Now, before we go any further in this video, NUX did in fact send me these pedals. However, no money was exchanged. They are not paying me for this demo in any way, shape, or form. And what that also means is very, very clearly up front, everybody is aware that my opinion is not for sale. So, all the opinions that you are going to hear in this video are mine and mine alone. So I think here's what we're going to do. I'm going to set all these things up, and the 4 effects pedals, the choruses and the vibes and all that stuff, I'm gonna run those into the into a clean amp. You know, we'll try a dirty amp as well. And I'm going to use the same virtual cab, the 2 Notes Wall of Sound virtual cab that I use for 90-something% of my demos. So we're going to demo all of those, you know, so that we can hear them just in the context of themselves. You know, and this one, honestly, the more I think about it, I think I'm probably going to do. I'm going to do its own video, separate video of this by itself for a couple of reasons. You know, I don't know how it sounds yet, as I haven't plugged any of these in. I literally just took them all out of the box right before I turned on the camera. So I don't know how it sounds yet. my experience with a lot of these pedal style IR loaders is, frankly, they kind of suck. A lot of them do anyway. I don't know about this one. NuX has not really disappointed me yet, so I'm optimistic. But being that I don't know how this thing sounds, especially compared to, especially as it relates to all these other pedals, we're going to do this one separate in another video, again, so we can hear it in its own context. Sound good? Cool. Let's get to strumming. hey, video editing Robert here, hence the no sleeves. It just occurred to me, I totally forgot to share my final thoughts on these pedals because I hadn't heard them before when I first started this video. All the choruses, let's start there. And by all the choruses, I mean all the pedals that have a chorus functionality. They all sound different. So, it's not like, if you buy multiples of these, you're buying overlap. This, much like the TC SCF chorus that it's copying, it does chorus. I think it definitely does chorus best. The flange and and pitch shifting capabilities are in there. But it seems to be a chorus pedal first. So, but it sounds really, really good. And this, the original TC SCF Plus, by the way, is in my opinion one of the best chorus pedals that's ever existed. This one here seems to be a little bit darker. Now this one is not a chorus pedal first. This one is a vibe pedal. It's a univibe is what it is. That can be dialed in to sound like a chorus. Pretty cool sounding chorus on its own. And the Ukiyo is much brighter sounding. This one I like quite a bit. I mean, now this one is just a chorus pedal. As I mentioned, 3 different choruses in one. So lots of versatility in this guy. And I may have neglected to talk about these in the intro, but on the sides of all of these pedals is a little description of how to operate the tap tempos and switch between all the different modes and stuff. You can do that all from the foot switch on all of these, so very handy. Last but not least, speaking of full functionality with one switch, tap tempo and everything, tap tempo, mode switching, all that stuff can be done with the switch here on the Edge delay pedal. This is a killer delay pedal. Aside from the sound, from the tones, and there's quite a bit of variation between digital, analog, and the tape modes that are on here. As you heard in the demo, I got to give NuX credit because they've seemed to have gotten that smart tap thing down. I've demoed that in a few other pedals. I don't know how they're doing it, but it's amazing technology, and they seem to be utilizing it as often as they can, and that is what makes this a killer delay pedal. If you are trying to conserve space on a pedal board and you want a really versatile functioning delay, you need to check out the Edge delay from NuX because this thing is awesome. And last but not least, of course, the Pulse IR loader. This one's going to get its own separate video simply because of the function, because of what it does, as I explained earlier. So stay tuned for that. All in all, thumbs up on all these pedals. For miniature size pedals, they're not the mini size, but they're much smaller than your standard stomp box size. Again, if you're trying to put together a small compact size pedal board, and I don't know about the rest of you guys, but the older I get, the more compact and easy to lug around I'm trying to get. I lugged a 412 cabinet up a flight of stairs in my house the other day. It was the first time I'd done that in a long time, and that some bitch ain't moving again until I sell it. What can I say? I'm getting old, and there's a reason I don't gig as much anymore. So yeah, links down in the description. Robert approved. You need to go check these out. Adios.